Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to you. My gradual coming back. I'm gradually coming back. That's what it is. Happy weekend to you all. How is life treating us? Thank you for joining. The person is just left. Please come back again. This is what we want to discuss today. Let's see how people take this serious. The world that we're in now. Ah, few. There are a couple of things that when we hear when we're growing up, we're so afraid, and maybe it was the way it was painted to us, so we're kind of gullible. But now it seems this generation doesn't care, and you know what? They get away with it most of the time. What has changed? How important is parental blessing? Our cultural belief on parental blessing. People think they can get away with it, and nothing is gonna get. They can do it and get away with it. Nothing's gonna happen to them. Why some they dare not give it a try? Please make yourself visible. What is happening in our society? The new generation, is this Gen Z they are in, or Gen E, Gen Y, Gen whatever. What you don't expect. If you're there, thanks for joining. Please, please make yourself visible so we can give you a shout out. I know it might take a while before people start remembering me. So I'm just doing a little bit of my gradual comeback. Thank you. Thanks for the flower. How are you as well? I'm just waiting before I do my rant. How important is a parental blessing, cultural or traditional blessing? Blessings from the parents. Some people are just very unlucky that once their partner is maybe ready to tell them to tell, I will announce you, the female, as their partner. They they will think twice of what if I'm being disowned. Like cope alone. It is very important. Welcome. Please don't forget to help me to like the video. Kashi. Well, I feel sleepy and I don't want to move this thing because once I move it, mm, that means it looks as if I'll come back now. I'm just warming up. It's very important, but like you said, if you got away with and go for their choice, yeah. Culturally, though, from Nigerian, if you're not blessed, if your parents did not give consent, any calamity or any negative things happening in the relationship and then a family, a new family, they will start suspecting maybe even their parents. Oh, special ability. Good afternoon. Happy weekend. I'm so sorry. On I think it was on Wednesday, I was doing a live stream. I never knew you dropped a message. It was later that I saw it. That I didn't acknowledge you because I was away from the laptop. When I got back, I responded to a few people that I saw, but didn't see yours. Yeah, I got to see it later. So apologies on that. I do not mean to overlook you. Good afternoon. Happy weekend. How is weekend going? Mhm. Kashi does not have a channel. Kashi, Nibot is helping you to advertise your. So I was saying on the topic, there's validation there, approval, consent, blessings. How important is it to have our parents' blessing, family blessing, parental blessing? Some people even believe that as if any elders has been blessing you or praying for you, then it doesn't matter if it comes from your dad or your mom. I have a new upload. She said she has a new upload. You guys can please check up on her channel, please. Hello, Igodo family. How are you? Good afternoon. Happy weekend. How is the family going? So you said what is the topic? The topic is the one on the screen. Is parental blessing. I was saying that how important is it for people to get parental blessing culturally, like where we come from, black background, um the way we grow up. Everyone is afraid of your parents not giving you blessing. People don't want to really tie the knot. Some people have to extend their marital time till when their parents are quite um when they are ready to give their blessing, even if it's a bit reluctantly. But nowadays, there are a couple of things that the new Gen Z or the new wave, whoever, are getting away with. And the way people fear parental blessing, if they don't give you parental blessing, there will be an issue. Like, how important do you take parental blessing? Does marriage survive without it as well? Because we have some people that they've gotten married without their parents giving their full blessings. They've tried, some have really tried to convince their parent like, we're good to go, we're good, but they still will say, oh no, over their distant body, it can never happen. Our family and their families are not together, we're not in good terms, or the town they come from, they are which there, how they come up with different things. And it's, of course, it's good to have a would I say family check, background check. Some would say they have done this and they don't, it's not looking nice, so they wouldn't give their blessings. But if these two people are very they are much in love, some of them they just decide to would I say elope, just go away from where these people are, and they get married. And some are lucky that nothing happens to them, why some they start feeling facing one calamity or the other, they have to kind of go back to get the parental blessing. So how important is it when the parents refuse to accept or whoever their sons or your daughter brings on, and they decide to still go ahead with the blessing? Some now, right now, some people will advise that just go to the registry and get married. In 3 4 years your parents will calm down. But what if things happen, something that you did not plan for happen? You're welcome, Oyoyo. Parental blessing is important. Yes, it is. To me, Wolfidaya made a mistake. Um, yeah, I had to put her picture there. I was thinking maybe I should not just mention her name, but because she's the recent reason why we had to bring the topic up. But people think because she's pregnant, and sometimes people believe that once you're pregnant, just quickly tighten up so that you don't have a child out of wedlock. No matter what, even if you get married, they will still be tagging that child, the first child, as, oh, your parents had you before they got married. People have different negativity that they tie to all these things. So it also scares people away. But the way our parents made it so scary to us, like, you must get your parental blessing. And when a woman is pregnant of recent, they don't want people to know. They don't want to end up being a single mom, because they believe the man can decide not to come back. But even as the man agrees to go ahead with them, the man can still change his mind later. Isn't it? There's some weddings that is just about 2 years, some are just 1 year, and they're already packing it up. Like, they've had enough. They'll say they can't deal with it anymore. I don't want to believe that it's because maybe she's feeling that age is no longer on her side. I think they said she's 30. Is it 33 or 43 or so? A little bit older than the guy, which it doesn't really matter as long as he's also mature. So, special ability, I've actually explained the topic what we're discussing today. Can you shut the door for me, please? I have my blanket, electric blanket on for now. Oyoyo said these are red flags. But the world that we're in, do you think a lot of people see it as red flags? You know, this new generation, I don't know how they get to things, and sometimes they get away with these things. Well, how important is the parental blessing? Like, what if the parent give their blessing later? So they can still go ahead and just give it 3 to 5 years, thinking, some will say, don't worry, by the time you have 2 to 3 children, they will give their blessings. What about that? And some within that few 3 to 4 years that they were waiting for their parent to give their blessing, they've already part ways. Okay, no problem. Thank you. You're welcome, Olufunke. How is the birthday man going? How is the birthday going? I thought you would be busy partying. Happy weekend to you. Please remember to give the video a thumb up. Like I said, I'm gradually coming back from my holiday, from taking a break. So we know on YouTube, YT most times they, what is it called? The people just run away. So for people who are checking or what's happening, my channel was monetized. The two channels. I said I was gonna come even message you. I keep forgetting. You're welcome, Olufunke. Partying. You're partying already. Are you partying? Have you closed the street? She's greeting you, yo. Igodo's family. I forgot. Let me drop the link in case anyone wants to come on. Igodo family says, my coming back seems I even forgot something, self. Yes, ma. She said parental blessing is very important, but I would say some parents bring up excuses that are not valid and some are valid. But I am sure any parent that says my child won't marry has a reason. Hmm. You see, this thing, it's not easy. Oh. Thank you for contributing, good family. Special abilities say practically it makes a lot of sense is to honor and obey our parents. Of course, they are after all our parents. They are part of your life for as long as you and us and them are alive. It doesn't really mean that everything the parents are doing are to right too, but even sometimes those parents are on the wrong. But because they are parents, they will just still be using it. They'll be eating their chest like some have using. They are using it as as a payback. And when some have parents that maybe one of their parents had not been there for them when they were growing up, but they as some men will say, they will say when the child grows up he will look for his father, but the generation we're in now, like I said, a lot of them are getting away with it. Hello, entertainment daily. Okay, Mel, you're welcome. You see, sometimes to pronounce all those different names, you're blessed. Sister Oju, you're welcome. Happy weekend. Did you say your channel was demonetized? My channels, yeah, my two channels. I'm still gonna talk about it later, but not now. I just need to get myself sorted. That was while I was on break, though, so I didn't really have time to. I just saw their email. Especially they will also be grandparents of your children, so their blessings are so great essence. My opinion, though. You have a very good point. Our growing up we have to get our parents' blessings. Things happens. The moment there's no blessing, so many things happens, and that alone is scary. But I don't know how some people do it nowadays that they just get away with it. Some just go to registry straight and they are living their best life. I would advise anyone to be on a good side with both parents as much as we can, especially when we sit critically observe if and investigate. Yeah. Do you know some parents, because it was done by their parent, they want to do the same thing? Let's say, for example, the way some mother-in-laws kind of handle their incoming ones to they feel the way their mother-in-law treated them made it very difficult for them um to be acceptable into the family. It's the same way they are going to show to their own son, or would I say their son, either daughter-in-law or son-in-laws. It actually takes patience. But imagine those that are already on a family where they are pregnant, the pregnant ones. They just want to get it done quickly. You're welcome, Olufunke.
Yes, ma'am.
How is the party
Can
going?
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay. Ẹ káàsán mà o.
I can't shower. Okay.
Hey, you're fine. No. Happy
Oh,
weekend. Yeah.
happy weekend to you too. I said, how is the party? You can show your face if you want to.
You are not showing your face. Now me to show my face.
I told you I won't be bringing my face on most times.
Why
So
now?
I'm tired of seeing it. No, need.
Ah, your own face.
Yeah, it's one of the new style.
Okay, oh. Ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Been a
Yes,
while.
it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's not easy even coming up. I was feeling sleepy a while ago. I just said, "Oh, I need to do it. If I postpone it again, I might not come back."
Yeah. Not easy coming back, Jerry, after a long break.
If I don't come up, I don't know. Maybe okay. I think I will. If I take this off, it might bring your face up. Do you want it on your face on the screen? We can't see you guys. Yeah. Oh, you're going to see my picture. Let me take this thing off.
It's fine. So you are using that one to do cover up. You have that image.
Let me reduce the volume. I hope you can hear me right now.
I can hear you.
Are you already outside, or you're just leaving the noise area
No,
because of
I'm
the
outside.
kids? Not that you're driving out. That's what I mean.
I'm somewhere before. I've been outside before.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're welcome.
So
Yes,
this is
we
our
can see you
topic.
guys now.
About.
Pardon me?
I said the topic we're talking about. This red flag,
Yeah,
parental, what's the English?
blessings.
Parental blessings and consent. Yeah, consent was.
Consent, yeah. Approval, validation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes a lot of people don't see it coming, but you can see some parents are quite really stubborn. No matter how people are, maybe they send people to them to just appeal to them, they will just stick to their gun. That like no, 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 no. And I think maybe it's part of what happened to the lady as well. And the fact that they said she's already pregnant, so maybe she doesn't want to have a baby out of wedlock, as people will start tagging their child, all those kind of thing. The man might walk away. He never can tell. They can change his mind. Remember, I was saying it yesterday on my other live stream, like, the way men suddenly change their mind at the time minute sometimes. They will say, my parents said they are not
you don't like
in
this kind of
support.
my
Pardon me?
you don't like this kind of thing in my family. My parents don't like this kind of thing. My
Yeah, they don't like because you've had the child before, because you're older than me, because you're this one. So people give reasons, but some decide to just go away. They travel out, and they start living their life.
Yeah.
They will say at least the parents knew they were together, so they will calm down later.
But in all sha, me I think parental consent is very very important.
Mm.
Very important. In my opinion, it's part of the requirement for a marriage to hold. For a marriage to hold, the parents of both the husband and the wife, they must consent to the marriage. If either of them, if either of them did not agree, that marriage is not complete. I know people say, "Oh, you're not marrying the in-laws down. Maybe you and the person you are in love with." Hmm. All those kind of things, they will always have something that will bother them. Like, no matter how the husband loves the wife, no matter how the wife loves the husband, the man will still remember that, oh, my wife's parents are not in support of this marriage, and he will feel down. The wife will
Mm.
also remember, oh, my in-laws are not in, they didn't accept me. She will feel down. Something will still eat them at one point or the other in their marriage. So that is why it is okay for them to say it to their mouth, even if they are you can say something with your mouth and then your your containers or your actions saying otherwise, but at least let them say it. Even if they are deceiving you, let them say, okay, we've accepted you into our family. It is very very important. Marriage is not enough of, oh, the person I'm in love with, yeah, we know ourselves. I'm not getting married to my in-laws. I'm getting married to my husband and my wife alone. It doesn't work like that. And in this life, there is no one way fits all in this life. If one thing is not working out, instead of putting yourself in something that might not end in years to come,
I
so
forgot
some
to check this last
couples,
thing.
couples are still this issue of consent for years. So instead of putting yourself in a long term trouble, why not? Me, in my own opinion, no, why not just leave them? Look for someone else. In this life, there's nobody that they say, oh, when you are coming from heaven, there's this one man, there's this one woman that God has tied to you, that if you don't marry that one man or that one woman, something will happen to you in life. So there are other things that you can do that will give you peace of mind, rest of mind, instead of bothering yourself with, oh, they didn't accept me, begging up and down, seeking validation from people up and down. So me, I'm not in support of that kind of thing. This issue of the people on the thumbnail, I know it's not after the wedding that they just brought out this thing. This thing would have been happening for a while. I know the man will probably be telling her, "Don't worry, am I not the one you are getting married to?" I know
Yeah,
that.
making her feeling comfortable, and yeah, I reassuring her.
There is one I read on Instagram. It's not even Instagram, it's a Facebook page that I am. So people share their stories there. There is this man and woman that got married. It was the wife's family that didn't accept the man because the man is not up to their standard. The man didn't have a car. He hasn't built his own house. But
You
these
cannot
ladies,
do the toilet either. They
ladies
don't
coming
have
from a
fish.
wealthy family, that's where the lady is coming from. And then the mother-in-law especially said she's not going to allow her daughter to marry into such a family. And they got married anyway. Maybe some other family members accepted the guy and they got married. Could you believe that each time they gave birth to their babies, this woman will come and carry her daughter? She will say she cannot step into that house. She will not step into that house until they build their own. She will now park outside. She tell the ladies to be bringing out stuff so that she go and take care of her. When she just newly had babies. That's how she has been doing. And the man will be embarrassed. We feel bad about the whole situation. After like 2 3 months, the wife will return to the house. If they have another child, for how long will this mother-in-law be humiliating this man because of
Mm,
what? So
yeah.
that's very very, it's embarrassing to the man.
And
Okay.
yeah, and sometimes we have some elders that are also backing some of these people up. Like, just don't worry. They'll start reassuring them as well. Don't worry, isn't it is James? I know them. They will calm down later. Give them time. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. That time keeps ticking. And yeah, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
When it comes to their own part, even these people that are also giving reassuring them, of course, I don't mean that they should um make life uncomfortable for them. They want to also reassure them once they bring their matter to make them feel comfortable, like, I can also assist you. But when it happens to them, they don't accept. If such happen to them, maybe their own child brought someone that they were not comfortable with as well, they won't like to bend rules.
Hmm.
So aside from this, maybe when they have issue in the house, because when if they finally just join themselves together and they start having issues, in a way they will start talking about, if that's why your daddy said, your mother said, these things comes on because they were just trying to patch themselves together, and each time they have quarrel, misunderstanding, they will either kind of reference what their parents one parent said to the other, or maybe how their parent looked at them. It will come up in marriage, and it's very, very sensitive to each of them, that, oh, so you took this thing to heart, or you actually, is it for this is coming out from your mouth. Really goes a long way, aside from the that they do say is very, very important. What are the disadvantages, what happened, the children, the relationship, what are the, because we've heard stories, but we've seen some people that have actually even gotten away with it as well.
But me, I just think it's something that needed to be sorted out before they think of going into marriage proper. If you in the relationship, if things is not working out, just make sure you try all your possible best to make things work out. If not, if
Then
you
work out.
force yourself into the marriage, if this doesn't work out, you just walk away. Like, that's my own candid advice for such people. Like in my own case, I've experienced such before. Oh yeah, no, close that door. Close it.
They are here again. Mm, 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 mm,
They
mm,
actually
mm.
so sorry come up before we start our choir prayers. Yeah, so
Okay.
when I met my husband and I introduced him to my parents had not want him back then, and their reasons were valid.
You
Like,
said that he's Muslim, isn't it? His
yeah,
family, I mean, yeah.
they are Muslim. I'm coming from a pastor's family, and
Mm-hmm.
you understand how we take
Even
things.
if you guessed mine, though. Ah,
Because the reason why me too, I know what I'm doing. Well, let me say I know a little bit of what I was doing back because first of all, I know he was not practicing Islam.
it's not a committed one, yeah.
Not even committed. He was not practicing because his mom is a Christian. His mom
Okay.
is a strong Christian. His mom just also found herself in that kind of situation where you
Oh,
married a.
okay, okay. Your own is good then.
So then their dad did not force them to do any religion. Their dad left
Mm.
them to whatever religion they felt comfortable in. So that was how I was, giving myself hope that it could still work out. So my parents had every reason to reject him back then. And we tried to prove our points. We back and forth. This back and forth took about 3 years. It took about 3 years. And then at the end of the day, my parents accepted him. And then anybody that is just meeting my family and my husband today, we never can never even think that something like that happened. It was a very, very, I don't know the word to use to qualify it. That time was the most was the most trying time that I've experienced as a child. Like, that I'll be in a very, very hard situation with my parents. It was a very difficult time back then. But anybody that's just meeting them now, we don't know whatever has transpired between them
It's
because
gone through.
there is no sign of maybe they've disagreed before. Everything is just fine. Like yeah. So in that our own case, we were able to settle everything. If we didn't get to settle it, we will still not do the wedding. That's it. But this generation that we are now, probably this boy, this guy in question is from a wealthy home. He's already made. He has money. He has, yeah, from a rich home. He has fortunes to use to settle down on his own. And the lady also she's a big girl. I think she's a movie star or something.
Yeah, she's
Or
doing well. She has her own business.
so they
Things are going well for her.
parents. But in my own case, I'm just the last child of the family. I can't leave my family like that. I'm family oriented. I can't just cut off my family that, "Oh, if you cannot allow me to marry this person, I can as well cut you off from my life." Me, I don't have that mind to cut my parents off, my family off. I don't have that mind. So a lot of things contributed to their forceful, well, forceful in quotes, marriage without the consent of the other family. So yeah. And then another thing, that another experience I had, the person that I wanted to marry then, his own family also did not accept me. And I didn't even think of begging them for once. Because I didn't even know the word red flag back then. I didn't know red flag
Mm.
existed. My mind, from the first time I heard that, someone, his uncle, someone that is like the father to that guy, like the next person in line, like the father to him, said,
Mm.
that girl you want to marry, you cannot marry that girl. The moment I heard it, I said, that's the end of it. The guy was trying to tell me, are they the one you want to marry? I said, no, I can't put my head in Ogunwaye at this early stage of my life. One funny thing, Antigorex. Do you know that it's been 9 years later? No, it's not even 9 years, like 9, 10. It's been 12 years later. And this uncle is still not greeting me.
As eh?
Yes, I still see him. This his own that person that I say is like a father to him. We still meet. The wife does not, if I greet them, they will not answer me. I've told my mom that I'll stop greeting them. If I meet them anywhere, I'll stop greeting them. I
Maybe
even heard
he's regretting his action, but and
something.
instead of him to come out plain, he decide to beef you.
Oh, something even happened to them recently. They lost their first child. It's very painful. They lost a very, very, like Omotosi Dagba, like a 30-year plus child. But we don't used to greet. Me, I just see them, I just pass them. I didn't even greet them because if I greet you on a good day, you will not answer me. So me, I didn't bother greeting them about what happened to them. So it's that bad. I didn't marry your brother again. So why are you still keeping malice with me? So you can you imagine getting married into such a family? It would have been hmm, it would have been a hard one for me. But thank God, Sha, for God's intervention. So red flags should not be overlooked. No matter how little it is, no matter how deep the color is, no matter how how bright or how deep the red color is, red is always red. Okay? Please, nobody should ignore any red flag. And then this is the issue of people, if it has to do with money, like, oh, you are coming from a poor family. Some people, they will still use it to be abusing that woman or that man. Eh? Like they will just be humiliating them for their financial status and everything, and it's not nice. And if it's the issue of being a single mother, they will be using that to spice the lady. You that you have a child out of wedlock, you want to come and marry our all those kind of things that will be making this lady to be sad in her marriage, or the man to be sad in his marriage. So red flags should be ignored. Though me, I'm not in support of let love lead. Where is love leading you to? don't don't let any love lead you to where you regret in the end. Though. And the Yoruba people have a proverb that ọkọ burúkú dùn fẹ́, àna burúkú ni ò ṣe é ní. That it is
Mm.
even okay for you to marry a terrible husband, but in all you do not have a terrible in-law. Auntie Gorex, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
I'm listening. I'm saying,
I'm doing like newscaster now. I thought I'm the only one here. Yeah. So
no, no, I'm here.
in a marriage, all you do is even better to manage a terrible husband, but we don't want to marry manage a terrible in-law or terrible in-laws. Emmanuel, oh yeah, sorry, Jerry.
It's okay. Yeah, so oh thank you. My take. Some parents are going that you've been doing that as a payback, yeah. Red is red. But this red, some people try to change it to orange so that you can still after if they keep washing it, the orange will it will change to another color, and it will be, would I say, peach. Oh god. But yeah, there are some red flag that people, the couple usually just they would have seen it and try to overlook it, or believe that they can conquer it, they can overlook it, and things will fall in place later. But it just don't happen that way. Some parents, like I said, are quite stubborn when it comes to, when they say no is no. And parents that do have it as a payback, I think those are parents that have already had, they know themselves, and they're they're using they have issues, and their children fell in love. Yeah, those ones are the one that does, maybe they use as a playback, because I think some of them believe that the other parent might want to harm their child, because of what issues that they're having. It's not the child, it's not the son-in-law that will be the problem, or the daughter-in-law, but it's the parent that could do something without their partner's knowledge. So they just don't want their child to go there.
Like in my own, in my parents' case, when my parents wanted to get married, they had similar issue. My my dad's family did not want to accept my mom, and it was for a petty reason. I can't even remember the reason again. I think it's based on, okay, okay. My dad's Anglican. So when my dad wanted to leave Anglican, he wanted to start his own ministry. His dad was against it because his dad had a big business of selling alcoholic drinks, beer, and his mom also run a, like, this pepper soup that had this thing in. So my dad was the one that used to go and help him buy Ibadan. He would take his boss there to buy drinks. My dad said, now that I'm born again, I cannot help you to do all those things again. All those kind of things. So
Mm,
not knowing that his dad was waiting for him at the point of marriage. So when my dad now went to his dad, okay, I want to get married, he said no, he's not going to support his marriage. He's not going to support his marriage. And he didn't support it really. And my dad went ahead and got married with my mom. But at the end of the day, they became like best of friends. Everything settled everything, and my mom became the favorite wife of the family at the end of the day. So that's another kind of thing. That one is a petty reason. It's a petty reason
mm,
because I will not support your marriage because you didn't help me to do this. All those things, all those ones are petty marriage. I mean, petty reasons. Eh? Although it could turn into a big one if care is not taken. But then there are some very, very, really, um, some reasons that you cannot overlook. Like if you have heard of something from your family lineage that is persistent, it also happens. That is why before you get married, they used to say that in the olden days they will send someone to go and investigate your family. If they find out that there is something that has been persisting in your lineage, the parents might not want their child to go into that family. Hmm.
mm,
There's something that happened, I think late last year or mid last year. There was this person that lost his life, and then some people, now investigators, netizens, they went to dig out their family history, and they saw
ah,
that all of them that have passed in that family, they passed based on accidents. People now started to put people, they put one and two together, five and six
mm.
together, came up with, oh, maybe there is one, what's the,
Yeah, cause
yeah, on their family. That's
rituals.
a typical African. parents will not want their child to marry into that family. Sure, you know.
Mm, mm,
So spiritual implications should also be considered before entering into a family, because once you get married to a family, automatically you have carried their spiritual, because you're going to mix with them, you are going to give birth to, in their name, you are going, so automatically you have inherited their spiritual battles as well. So care must also be taken. If it's a very, like, if it's not like petty reason, now it's not, his leg is, the leg of that girl is somehow, her eyes is somehow, she's not fair enough, she's too dark, you know, there are some petty reasons like that, she's too black, too yellow. eh. Some people used to say it now that yellow ladies, they tend to be promiscuous kind. Big sister,
Oyoyo is here. Oyoyo don't
Hello.
carry pikin go class. How is the
Ah,
Jimmy?
I was in there trying to listen to both of you, but I just came into the car because I was beginning to
I
feel
can notice
cold.
now.
Hmm.
so
I was
let,
beginning to feel cold in the gym.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I've been trying to drop my opinion, but Allah says let me come in.
yeah, let's
You're
hear.
looking
To
good.
me, to me, that Wafi and her decision is a no-no for me. Is a no-no. We are not saying the parents should come and prostrate for you. We just want a woman to be accepted. You understand? Likewise, the groom should be accepted in the woman's family. The the woman should be accepted in the groom's family. But for your father-in-law to outrightly write a public statement and
Hmm.
put it on the internet, that's the height of it. You're going to battle that for the rest of whenever they decide to change their minds. And one thing I've come to realize in all my life is that adults don't quickly change. You don't expect when you come, you swing your magic wand and they will come and embrace you. No, it doesn't happen that way. There is this family of a family friend of ours. She called off her relationship
That
because her
is
aunt, that was married to a certain tribe in Nigeria, was never accepted. She said the woman said the only reason why she stayed in the marriage was because her husband was everything to her.
mm,
They will still come for family meeting, oh, but people talk with their nose, they talk with their eyes in our setting
mm,
back home. You will come and sit down, somebody will do you like this, somebody will just raise it. It has continued. This woman married in the 60s. It hasn't changed in 2024. You understand? They
yeah,
finally accepted her, but it's half acceptance because there is nothing she does that was good. If her husband gets into any misfortune tomorrow, it was because of her. If any delay in life, life progress comes with ups and downs, it was
yeah,
because of her. So people should put those into perspective before saying I do. Marriage is a beautiful thing. People should not get it wrong. But at the same time, make sure you're on the same level with your partner and the families. If they were to be Westerners, I wouldn't be giving 2 cents about it because most of them they scatter. But this is a culture whereby a family is just non-nuclear. A family is beyond nuclear in our place. A family is extended. You're bringing everybody in, including grandparents, not just you and your husband. To me, I will not advise my young self to do that. I will not advise anybody to say because the man loves you. Love will not sustain that marriage in the long run.
love is not enough for.
It's not. When I say something like that, they will say, yo, what is even wrong with you?
Hey, now before that they see their love they blind though. It's not enough for. Okay, I think maybe she's having maybe our children are score attention or is a network issue. Yeah, like I said, love is not enough. Before that's when they used to say love is blind. It might be blind initially, but don't worry. The sight is going to clear quick, quick. Just give it few months and or years. It will clear up. In fact, you will see like never before. So they will say character is like is it flame the way they would describe it where I come from Yoruba, that it would definitely come. The thing is when people having issues, like Oyoyo was saying this, the aunt that said she was with her husband because her husband really loved and has been there. If this man uh is having health issues, serious health issue, this woman will now start going to go and tell his people that they did not really accept her as such. These are one of the things that people have to check, think of, because we've had series which I even know, series of some that they got married under 3 4 years, the guy is having health issue, the lady is the one they will start blaming. She has no choice than to go back to them to go and giving them report, and they'll say, oh, so you want to finally end our child, we told you to not to, if it can happen on the other guy's side as well, like, oh, you took our daughter away, now you want to use her as, people will always, when anything negative happens, those are the things, part of those things that they can also be mindful of, like where will you start your story from. Some are actually this parent, would I say mommy's boy, mommy's daughter. If their parent, even their parents is some will say, oh, your parent is just mini god. But what I want to say, when I say their parent is not god, meaning they can't always be right. Sometimes their decision might not be right, but you just have to what I say, have patience. Once you keep trying to appease them, to explain to them why you guys have to be together, and they keep insisting that it's no. They say what a child can see. How do they say this? What an elder can see while sitting down. If you're on the mountain or on the upstairs, you can't see anything because your mind is already made up. Your eyes are not that clear. Some of them could see that this thing is not going to last. Some of them are also speaking from experience. Like when this love thing starts, it will be shocking people. You will think, oh, we can never fight, we can never have issue. When the issue starts, you'll be surprised that is it not this person that you both of you can really sleep without each other. You can do an hour without, talking to each other. It now becomes that you guys are now avoiding each other. This person, this partner will now start finding comfort with their own family that they were not talking to before. Some men are trying to even avoid their partner, and they ended up maybe going to their friend's place just to stay away from, and their friends are feeding their families. A lot happens. I really did not know much deep story about is it what they call her and the guy, but all I could pick up from it is that think they have a bit of age gap, maybe 3 to 5 years. I can't really tell, and the lady is doing well. Please hold on, Sam. Thank you. Oh, where was I? Yeah. So when couples are having issues like that, some would try to go to their friend's place, trying to stay away from the lady, and before you know it, they're already swinging back to their own family, and they will think of it. They will have a deep thought that I think it's better our family are in support of this relationship, so that if anything goes wrong, what if when you guys need serious help, where would you go? I don't know how people that in this generation are doing it, that they get away with things, but if they see people are encouraging them, don't that just go and get married. You guys can do a court marriage. It is still marriage. Some feels after 3 4 years they can do their traditional when their parents are already calm. I have heard of someone that said, "Oh, I see." They just decided in 5 years their parents will be depending on them. This is another part. Some feels their parents will be depending on them financially, so they will not have any other choice than to give their consent. Now, look at the lady that is on the thumbnail. She's well to do. The guy's parents too are well to do. We heard different story about the guy say where I heard said it was the stepmom that brought him up and never uh, invited the stepmom. I don't know what their story is, but is this also good as well? We sometimes we'll ask that, does age matter in relationship? Of course, to me, yes, it does matter. It depends. If it's just 2 3 years, of course, I don't mind. I mean, for the lady, but when it's becoming like 10 years and all that, I feel it might get to a stage where the lady might start feeling, or the guy might start feeling like, oh, this is their maybe their interest might not really align as such anymore. When they first start, they feel like everything is working well. As the woman is aging, there are a couple things that she might not be able to do, but she will always want to match up with the guys because the guy is still very young, and might still want to be out there. It all just depends. There's a lot to think to look into. When a guy and a woman are having age that age gap is there, but concentrating on the main the parental blessing right now, on the issue that we were discussing, the ladies one, the statement that the father-in-law actually put out there. I don't know, maybe he didn't take it through someone else, because sometimes, when the emotions are high, we believe wherever decision we come up with is the best one. Some people will say the best decision you can ever make is the first one you made when the hits were actually on. It does not always have to always happen like that. When when you take some irrational decision when one is angry, even if you're a judge, sometimes you might still find the reason where you think, oh, maybe I should have calmed down a little bit or give it time. That's why I always believe in sleeping on some matters to know maybe I shouldn't have done this. There's no how we can be perfect. Even when you sleep on things, sometimes you already have your mind made up, and it might be weeks later you realize, oh, maybe if I've waited a little bit more, but you had to take decision as at that time. So obviously you took a wrong decision, or you took a decision that you find you've learned a lesson from. There's some decision that there's no how, you still have to learn in life. We will learn, but I believe that this lady have seen this kind of thing before. Aside that, there's some red signs she would have seen, apart from when the father-in-law actually brought up put the that note out there. I feel is the woman, the man, as an elder. I am too young to start judging. Just 50 pere. I'm just too young. They born me yesterday. I am too young to with the man, no, but I'm just saying. I feel it wasn't the best decision. It could have even been better if the message, the letter was sent to the parents, to the girls' parents. This, you guys are okay. You guys are doing well. Give it to a courier or send one of your family member to go and deliver it to the parents. We did not do the social thing. You have someone you ask them to wait for, because from the story I heard that they were also trying to invite people. They're also good, well to do, and so they found out, they said they should wait. Maybe because the lady is expecting and they don't want the man to waste their time. I don't know, from the story we heard. Maybe that's why they decide to go ahead with it. But that letter is not necessary. Sometimes we have to think of the future. Like, what would this thing, they will still be using this, as no matter how successful the lady is or their marriages. If something happened, they will still say, do you remember when they first wanted to they will still use it. Of course, it will always have one thing attached to us, our stories, our success stories. For people will always have something to say, oh, this happened great, that one did not happen. Let me see what she said. I also left my house when I had issue with my parents. You see? I'm really so sorry. I got a call from Nigeria. No problem. Yeah, I feel would that lady we even ever some ladies, she will keep that in mind for how long. Like, you actually disgrace me this way. Did you actually like, is it that you dislike me that much? Is it that is your son that, this thing will even be causing some misunderstanding between them in the house. And the guy might have limit to what he can take from the lady when his parents are being mentioned. People are funny. Some people, no matter how you guys correct, just don't mention any of my family members, or they can turn anything upside down. And it might be sucking a lot up to you when you get to a stage where we say to himself, you know what, I don't think I can do it anymore. And I feel, is this lady, arrest is she certain that this guy is not marrying her on, would I say pity, like he's just pitying her. Some feels, because we've been in a relationship, I don't want you to feel sad, so let me just go ahead with it. Some does have that in mind, like, let me just not break her heart, let me just go ahead with it. And some are actually counting down. They know maximum 5 years is not going to last. Some knew it's not going to last, but the child just want to, would I say, satisfy the lady. um when people meet, they make all these promises. Some just want to maintain those promises even when things are not working, they are not what things are not working together in between them. They just don't want to say, they don't want to be the one that they will say, oh, she left me, he left me, but they knew it wasn't going to work. And I'm thinking, the guy, what story is he feeding his family with about the lady? Is We don't know what story he's been feeding. Is maybe his father? Is it that he's ignoring his father? Because anything he does wrong right now, his father's side will be pushing the blame on the lady, saying maybe it's the lady that made him to disrespect them. If they summon him for a meeting, I did not go or get there late, it is the lady that will say maybe will cause is. So the lady has a lot that she will be, they will put on her. Though her mother-in-law was there, everyone has their reason. They will say, "Oh, at least she's the one that actually even gave birth to the guy." But the story is a bit long, or not too clear. Different thing has been said. Is it good to have to get a parental blessing? It is very good. Anything can happen culturally, like anything can happen. Western world, like some people say, that some just they just push that away. But some of them, they do have a time of reflection where they feel they would have loved if their parent actually give the consent. Olufunke was saying it earlier that some families, when they do their background check, they find out that they haven't, maybe the spouse family is, they have one issue that always happen. I've heard this, that each time their daughter-in-law wants to give birth, they will pass away, they will end up having a child. And this woman was stopping her daughter from marrying the guy, but the guy did not. They just finally left anyway. And yeah, she got into family way. And when she wanted to give birth as well, issues started. That was when she started sending people to her mother, and the guy too started going to the lady's mother to say, oh, she's about to put to bed, but there's an issue, blah blah blah. And the woman said, isn't it, that's why one of the reasons I don't want her to get into your family line, because we've checked. Now, it becomes issue. At the end of the lady too left. So now, is it true that there's a curse in the family, or there's something going on in the family, that when their wife wants to give birth, they would definitely leave? I mean, on life, they pass on. So who wants to be the messiah, or to break that curse? of the family. Some men don't want to believe that they have things like that going on. They say, oh, it's just a coincidence. Oh, the woman was too stressed. She didn't rest enough time, take enough rest. She had high blood pressure. It was too sincere. They will say, but the thing is, it happens. Me, I used to pray, God, don't let anyone that the one that will not, would I say, I will not be comfortable with. Don't let them bring it home. Because like play, it get to a stage where we have to start thinking of our children. Like, hey, I was leaving work yesterday, and one of my colleagues was just making fun of me and asking about my girls, and he said, "Oh, very soon you're going to be a grandmother. If you see the way, sometimes you would have forgotten, you want to reject it." I just like no, I just said no. I'm going to be a grandmother, but not very soon. Like, but how soon? My soon now. But I said, oh, God's time. Like, I need to watch. Don't just go and say, I could. No, but you don't know when it's going to happen. You wish it happens at this certain time. And I'm just thinking, where who would the person now be now? I pray it's somebody that will like the person. Like, how would you want to tell them, oh, you say no, asking question, like the world we're in, these people that they would love to take their decision and tell you, yeah, well, I'm not taking your permission, I'm just telling you. I don't know if you've come across children being telling you that, oh, yeah, well, I'm just letting you know, I'm just telling you, I'm not taking your permission, or um they will still go ahead with it anyway. So just make sure you'll find a way of, you'll be fine anyway. They will tell you you'll be fine, everything will be fine. It's not easy. Just don't think of it. Like, let the person be. What would want to make me not to like someone else's child? I don't know. But like, parents will ask questions. Parents will ask questions. I've got a friend that she her daughter has given birth like over 3 weeks ago now. So she's now a grandma. Um, the person that when the lady brought her daughter brought a man home, she said, oh, he's weaving his hair, he's a smoker. That's when the guy hugged when he was about to go. That was when she sniffed that from him, and she asked the daughter that, oh, does he smoke? And she said, oh no, but it's just occasionally when he's stressed or something like that. you know I just said to myself, hey, is this at this my little age I'll start thinking of this kind of thing? Do you get it? Like, hey, so those things our parents were worrying about us, it is now time for us. Like, time goes so fast with those things that we think our parents were just doing. Their own is too much. And now, maybe now we have our own children. Before you know it is time for them to that you'll be thinking, oh, so our parents were really enjoying. Hey, China, how are you? You're welcome. So, you start thinking, oh, so it's time to start. You start worrying about such things. It's not just about them going to school, having their grades, getting better job. You're not. You're talking about or thinking of life partner, the one that there won't be trouble, or you will not be the one contributing to financially. There's a lot that parents now think of, because there was a time I keep saying, why some parents will even ask, what does he do for a living? Can he look after our children? Can't she be the children, the daughter too should be working? But as time goes on, I get to know, okay, it's not just about can you look after, is it lazy in a way, to see if some people they will just want to stick to only color job, and if it doesn't happen, then they sit at home. Then the woman start working ahead of. There's a lot that parents would think of that maybe the girl that is in love might not see, because the love have blinded her at thinking. Sometimes because they are in love doesn't make them to think deeply into, could this be, would that still be good if this does not change? Would that still be good if it changes? Because it's not the look that you see right now. What about the look that you will have in 10 years time? I was a lot skinnier. years ago. Now, if they tell me that I'm going to blow up like times how many times, I would doubt it. But that wasn't how he met me. So people would change. Like, would this still be there? There's a lot that they just need to think of. But with this lady that I heard they finally got married though. Maybe they will do the wedding for the I'm okay, thanks. You're welcome. I think this is your support one channel, yeah. So maybe they will still do the wedding, maybe when she's put to bed. Like the man said, that he wanted them to plan and also to have a to be able to invite his friends and family. They are family people, family oriented. I don't know how true that is. They might ended up not doing it. Now imagine if when the lady put to bed, another issue would be giving the child a name. Where we come from then, not now that we're in the UK. When you put to bed, the family of your husband will want to give a name at work, so might not be very active. If that's okay, thank you. I also end anyway. So the family of the husband or will want to give a name. The family of the wife will want to give a name. I think now it has maybe reduced a bit. During our own time, my mom will give name, my dad will give name, his mom will give name, his dad will give name, and it's not just name, names, names. You will see the name 3, 4 for this one, and some would now say, I think it's another topic that I need to bring back. Then some parents now is they want the name given to the child to be what the name they address the child with, the name that the child is used to, forgetting that the woman that carried her baby in the belly also will have a desired name, the name she would love to. But if you imagine discussing it with her husband, our husband is now saying no, it's the name that the daddy is giving the child that we have to start calling the child. It happens. We've seen some of them on even social media that maybe there will be one fight or the other. Some will say, "Oh, the first child of the family is the father-in-law, or the name the name they address them with it comes from their in the parent. Then from the second child, you guys can start calling them any name there's a lot. I know when I see my grandma, she'll call me one name. If I see my this one, she'll call me. Everybody will call you guys will convince the children. That's why when they are abroad, they don't even bother with all that. Most of them don't. Anyway, if family no agree in this situation, they also have such this thing. I was discussing it yesterday that I also have issue with dates with my date. I had to move my wedding to another year because when one parent is saying the date they chosen, the other one is saying, "Oh, but we are the in-laws," which will be to have the opposite, and the other one will be saying, "It's my daughter." So is you guys are coming to ask for a hand in marriage. We're the one that are going to cook, kill this one. It's not funny. It takes patience. Hmm. If to say person don't get belle that time, it's now a case of continue to beg. So it's good to have a parental blessing. It helps in resolving issues way forward, even when you're indulging into some things or you're starting a business or something. There are some times that you might even want to rub mind with your family. If you do not have parental blessing, it kind of also move you to distance yourself from these people because you see them as someone maybe that are not um um in support, or you think they will just at your downfall. So it's like enmity has started. You're trying to protect your partner, either the woman or the man. So you guys are always, it's like you guys are always walking at the edge, on the edge, not just trying to um not to step on toes. Everything people are doing around you that maybe are from those family, you always want to suspect. If anyone's having headache, we want to suspect, or maybe it's the family that are saying they're not in agreement. You know, they're not just comfortable going out, they're suspecting everything. Everything is not just working well. Imagine even at work, if some of the people they are working with, or their bosses now, is a family, has a connection with the partner's family, is another issue. There's a lot that might not just work. I pray that people that are having this kind of issue, no one wants to wake up one day and say, I would love to get into a family that would not accept me. I know, some tried, it just did not work, and they just couldn't leave. Some have already have children in between them. Some have taken this advice of, give them 2 to 3 years, they will be fine. Some they will even agree that don't worry, when we have a child, they will calm down. And they did not calm down. So their first plan did not work. They'll start looking for plan B, a second plan to use, third plan to use, and issues start happening. Yeah, issue will start happening, and it's now extending. They are frustrated. They will be getting at each other. So there's a lot that is going on. So it's advisable that maybe if you can try and do without each other, it will be nice. If it's a mutual agreement that, because our parent did not give consent, let's go our different ways. But I know on the lady's side, they always believe that, oh, he left me because his parents says no. It's not easy. Some have been dating for years. And some of these parents too, I'm so sorry to say this, some of these parents too, they know they will not give their full consent. They will see these people dating for 2, 3, 4 years. They will be looking at them. They might not. They'll say, "I thought you guys were just playing." That I don't. Even some, it is when they say that they are actually trying to plan to be together. As in, that's when they will say, "Oh, are you guys serious with your relationship? Are you? I thought you cannot marry her, or I thought you knew you can't marry him." So what kind of play were you expecting them to have done, to be doing? Some parents they did not go against the relationship from the beginning. Some from the beginning you could have seen. Some ladies, when they see the man's family, they could tell from the body language and facial expressions, from their mother-in-laws or sisters in-laws, but they would have sensed that something is not just right. And the way your instincts will start telling you, like, be careful. We are always being careful. This thing, these people don't seem to want to accept me. Some knew, they would even ask their partner will say, don't worry. Well, it's a matter of time. That's how they used to do. They will come and love you later. Love, well, like I said, some ladies feel that they're being um um disappointed because the man is yielding to his parents, their parents. If the parent did not support it, they will say, I'm sorry, I can't go ahead. They are also right. It's just that the time that has been wasted. Some has been battling for years. They've been battling these things for years, and it's gotten to a stage where they feel, one of them decided that, what, I think I have to let you go. I love you, but it might not work. Some, it could even be medical issue. We've heard some that maybe it's because of genotype issue, and they will say, no, we don't want you guys to start going through this. So find your way. Some partner themselves will even be the one to say, no, we can't be together because it's gonna really mess up this thing in the near future. And yeah, and their parent got to know about it and say, oh, no, 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 no. Some have seen or heard family history, and they wouldn't want to. So is it that whenever you meet someone, you should be putting those questions out there? Are you what genotype are you? Do you guys have this thing in your family? Do you guys pass out in your family? Do you guys do this one in your family? Does this happen? You God, even trying to use time to know all these things from your partner, maybe the female or the male one, you're putting one or two things together. Is it that you're making up your mind that, I don't want to really fall in love as such right now. Let me just be very careful so I can just pull out of it. It is, well, it isn't easy. I would say, some people are lucky, why some unfortunately, it didn't work well for them. For this lady, I pray that you have a settled home. I pray that the guy will not run back to his father, because if he's the type that is also used to maybe getting money from his father, and he has a financial needs, it might be where he might need to draw a line. I don't know. I don't know. It is well, but ladies, please be very, very observant. It is easier to back off earlier than when it's getting to where you guys want to tie the knot, because you wouldn't want to go. But that's one thing that I I think also worrisome to them. Like, they would like be thinking that we've been, so after 2 years, after 3 years, are we now just going to back off as long as we love each other? Yeah, you would think as long as you love each other, but when issues start happening, that love will fly off. Even talking to each other, maybe he came late or he didn't do something right. You start thinking of all those things. It will start getting on your relationship. So the earlier the better. Don't think of, oh, after you have a child, they will accept you. The worst part of it is when you have a child and they did not even accept the child again. What about that? Then it just messed up the whole thing. So some families, when you have a child, they want to come and look. Maybe their nose, the child has their nose, the child has their eyeball, they have their, some families are like that. They are not that enlightened. They don't care. They will say, we used to have big nose, so the, they are always coming for something. What about those that got married and the lady put to bed? The guy's family did not turn up. Yes, that they didn't turn up. Like this lady now, by the time she put to bed, what if the guy's family did not turn up again? It will be in the child's story. It will be in their story. That's if they live long. When I mean live long, if they continue to live as husband and wife a very long time. But if something happened that they decide to part their ways now, they will want to part ways gently. But when the bloggers see it, they will bring all these stories out and to remind people that, oh, this is why you should have waited you should have waited and get the blessing from your parents. It is well. For me, it is important to take parental blessing and for the marriage to survive. Does marriage survive without this? Majority of marriages don't survive if they don't get parental blessing. That's what I can that's my own opinion and what I've heard and seen. Majority of them don't survive. Issue happens, things happens, and some just walk away. And if any of them get on live, they are into another serious trouble. Few they've gotten away with it. Some maybe they come back later to kind of just make amendments. Some some just they just run away. Yeah. Some has made their brothers their um home, just to stay away from. I don't know, but it's best to have a parental blessing. Just be observant so you can know when to pull out if it's not working. If your partner's family are showing you some signs that it's going to take long, if you know you don't have that time to stay, don't stay. Because if you start thinking of you're going to start counting the number of years you guys have been together, you wouldn't want to leave. And when it comes to family, they might not care if you guys have been together for 10 years, for 5 years. They will just stick to their guns. So, does marriage survive without it? Majority don't really survive without parental blessings. Traditionally, culturally, from where I come from, they must put hands. And God saved them that your parents, once one of their parents are separated, is a big battle when maybe the wife's family the mother and the dad are no longer together. So they keep going from this one, that one will say it's very, very stressful. I really feel for this girl. May it not be her portion in Jesus' name. And I pray that she has this, everything set to. For the father-in-law, they shouldn't have put that letter out there. I think it's something that they will know. They will even still use it to describe him as well. The son might dislike that man for the rest of his life because to them it's a disgrace, and like it's like you just want to drag me down. I don't know. Um, I think it's a decision that maybe if he has, maybe by now I would think I shouldn't have done it. I just wanted to let them know that I can also put I can show them that I have power. Sometimes now, but it can't change what is out there. Maybe they might want to put a note out to say, "Oh, we resolve our issue." That letter does not live in the internet. I hope everyone has learned from this anyway. Parental blessing is very important. The Bible wants us to honor our parents the same way we want our own children to honor us. Mhm. Thank you, everyone who has been here. My 1 hour has clock because I don't want to be doing it long. So I had yeah, I had my Kashi here earlier. I had special ability. Special ability say you have a video. I'll try and watch. I've been busy, so my coming back right now. I just coming for my meeting. I will try and check you out again. Thank you for coming. And I have Igodo family here as well earlier, and she could contribute as well. Thank you for your contribution, Igodo family. And Oyoyo, thank you for coming and for your contribution, for coming on stage as well. Olufunke as well, thank you for your support always. I do appreciate you. Yeah, Daily Entertainment was here briefly. Thank you. And Uju Talk Show as well was here earlier. Thank you for coming. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And I saw someone else again. Yeah, something. China. I think my take. Thank you, my take, for coming. China Z. I need to know how to pronounce this your name. China Z Twist. Thank you. It's been an interesting time there. Thank you very much. I do appreciate. Thank you everyone for being here. And yeah, we've clocked it's 1 hour 30 minutes, so it's watchable. Thank you. And I'll see you in my next one. I'll come on during the week. Actually, maybe on Tuesday, on Wednesday, I will come up with my topic that I'm just gonna leave on the stream. Yeah. Bye everyone. Thank you. Mm, 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 mm. I need to toy. Bye, everyone. I see that there's still 6 people here.